You know what's the craziest thing about that pregnant lady dealing with medical negligence from that white woman, and she's going through all that pain and this, that, and the third, and the white woman just staring at her? You know what's the craziest thing about that video besides all of that? That baby wasn't even born yet, and that's its first experience with racism. This is America, yo.
Y'all talking about we always pulling a race card. Y'all invented the cards. Y'all invented this whole game of called racism. What you mean we playing a race card? Everything is about race in America. Where have you been? Was you alive? Oh, was you cool? Race card.
So I've been sitting on this video for a few days, and it's like just really bothering me, and I just want to say this. When did it become okay for y'all to be openly racist? So not only do we gotta be worried about y'all being undercover racist, but y'all are just openly racist now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, this is some weird ass shit going on, and it makes me really look over my shoulder.
I've seen a busload of people continuously say that it's not about race when it comes to certain things. Everything is about race, and I'm sorry that you had to hear it from me. I'm sorry that your fucking school system, your parents, or whatever the case may be, failed you and didn't let you know that everything has a lot to do with racism, okay? The highways you drive on, the trees that you don't pick fruit from, a plethora of fucking things have to do with racism. So, please, check your history before you speak on the fact that not everything is racist. It could even go down to ice cream, bruh. You know, black people love butter pecan ice cream. Like, come on now. It goes back to ice cream at this point. Like, come on.
So every time America says a problem has nothing to do with race, the truth pops right at the same time and proves otherwise. Look at the news, look at the schools, look at the justice system, look at who gets help and who gets pushed away. They are not just imagining it, they are seriously experiencing it. Welcome back once again to my social commentary. I really thank you for the massive love, and before we dive in straight to the video about people's reaction concerning this particular topic, if you are seeing this video for the first time, please do well to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Tell us what you think about this video in the comment section so that more videos like this about what is happening in the country will pop up a screen. Like and share the video to help the channel out. Don't forget to subscribe. You're welcome.
I'm sorry, but this country was literally built on racism. So I don't know why everyone's so surprised. Like, all of the shit that's going on and all these people coming out with their hatred, they've always had that hatred within them. Trump just makes it more normalized. He makes it feel safe for them to actually express their hatred towards other people out loud. This country was built on slavery. This country was built on racism. This country was built on of Native Americans. Like, you really can't put a band-aid on something that's already been broken. Like, I feel like it's going to be really hard for this country, especially under this new administration. Like, even after we get, like, a new administration after this administration, hopefully. Like, it's going to be really hard to undo all the damage that Trump has already done in, like, fucking 2 months. And all the damage that's been happening since this country was fucking conceived. I'm just saying, none of this shit would have happened if black people were actually given their fucking reparations. If everyone just minded their own fucking business and weren't so worried about other races, this wouldn't be a problem.
Okay, I want to take a moment to say thank you to Donald Trump, not out of praise, but out of truth. Because while you rip through every part of this government, tearing down justice, equality, and fairness under the fake excuse of fighting DEI fraud, what you're really doing is confirming what black folks have been saying for generations. America was built on racism, fueled by fear and sustained by white supremacy. You've exposed it all. The masks are off. The polite racism, the fake allyship, the colorblind lies, it's all gone. Now we see it raw and unfiltered. You're not just targeting policy, you're targeting people. Black people, brown people, marginalized communities. And the wild part, we make up the smallest portion of this country, yet somehow we are the biggest threat to the lie that white supremacy built. That should tell you everything. You're afraid not of violence, not of replacement, but of the power we hold even when we have nothing. You see the way our culture, our brilliance, our resilience, our excellence continues to shape this country, even when it tries to erase us. Donald Trump is just the loudest version of a system that's always been in place. He is the living, breathing proof that this country was never designed with us in mind. And yet, we continue to define it. So thank you, Donald, for exposing what so many tried to deny, for showing the world that the fear of Black greatness is real, for proving that racism isn't in our imagination, it's in the fabric of this nation. And to my people, we don't have to fight to prove our worth. He's doing that for us. All we have to do is stand firm, stay awake, and know that the truth is finally louder than the lie. We are not broken. We are not the problem. We are the evidence of the power that this country can contain. Let that truth ring louder than its hate.
I just had another thought about how racist the United States of America is, right? I was talking to my mama about glasses and how they don't fit our noses right. Y'all, they don't fit our noses right because they were not designed for Black people. They were designed for narrow nose bridges. They weren't designed for round, and they weren't designed for Black people noses. I'm just literally, I'm just recording all my thoughts today, y'all, because I want y'all to really understand how my mind works. I'm talking about how glasses don't necessarily fit right, how some people have to smush their noses down so that they can get the glasses to fit right. And it just dawned on me, they don't fit right because they're not made for ethnic noses. Oh, okay. It just keeps getting worse. I don't know. Like, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Everything in the United States of America is racist AF. Like, we can't even exist without having literally an impulsive thought, an intrusive thought about how the source of it, if you just keep digging, it's racism. It's usually at the root.
I was having a conversation with one of my friends in Norway this week, and he mentioned something that he said makes no sense to him, being from a country like Norway, about a country like America, which is technically the richest country in the world. He said, why doesn't America offer social services like healthcare, education to the entire population? And I said to him, it's due to racism. Everything in America comes back to racism. Whether you are a slavery denier, racism denier, or you want to believe that America lives in this post-race world, everything comes down to racism. If America was a homogenous country like Scandinavian countries were, we would have all the above. Scandinavia has been ranked one of the best places to live in the world, one of the happiest populations in the world, but they're also some of the most homogenous places still today in Europe. So when you have a population that is built on identity and similar identity, and that identity is rooted in the country's nationalism, you want to give everyone in your country services. America is built off slavery. America wouldn't be what it is today without the work of my ancestors. When Black people gained independence, white people did so reluctantly. They weren't happy that slavery ended. Shit, we had a whole fucking war with the North, between the North and the South, due to slavery and them wanting to continue to keep us as slaves. So when you have half the nation that wanted to keep slavery because it was such a lucrative business for them, and now having to pay people to do those same jobs, you are not happy that the people who weren't subjugated under you and you owned as property are now citizens of the same country as you. So you'll do anything possible within your power to subjugate them and to oppress them, which is what this country has always done to Black people. So when you see democratic socialist countries in Europe, like the UK, France, Germany, all the Scandinavian countries, Japan, a lot of places that give their citizenry, they provide healthcare, education, and basic services to those people, it's because those populations are homogenous. They did all their dirty work abroad. Colonization happened abroad, not at home. And America literally keeps its populations uneducated and poor due to racism. They do not want Black people to be educated. They don't want Black people to have healthcare. They don't want Black people to own homes. So things like desegregating schools, segregating hospitals, literally redlining us into creating the ghetto so we couldn't own homes. These things are documented laws in this country. And I don't think we'll ever be in a post-race world. And I think when you have the Republicans arguing over things like whether we should have healthcare or not, it's due to the history of slavery in this country and how We just don't give a fuck about everybody. And in America, everyone is not the same citizen. Black people are not treated the same as white people. Mexicans and Latinos are not treated the same as white people. Asians are not treated the same as white people, even though the aforementioned think they're white. But that's just where the cookie crumbles. Good old America.
Everything in this country is rooted in racism. And the fact that people still get uncomfortable hearing that tells you just how deep it runs. You can't talk about education, healthcare, housing without talking about race. You can't talk about who struggles and who survives without talking about race. Because the blueprint hadn't changed, they just stopped calling it what it is. They didn't fix the system, they just found new ways to disguise it. Look at healthcare. Black women are still dying in childbirth at 3 times the rate of white women. People still act like that's just coincidence. Doctors literally ignore our pain because racism taught them to. Look at food stamps. Every time the government threatens to cut aid, they flash an image of a black mother on Fox News or Newsmax or what the hell ever. Even though most people on Snap are white, they know what they're doing. They've been doing it. That's how they turn survival into shame. Also, you'll believe poverty is a personal failure instead of policy. Because if we ever saw how rigged this all is, we would literally burn this whole thing down. See, racism isn't just about hate, it's about money. It's the reason billionaires keep winning. They've convinced white working people that helping anyone else means losing something themselves. So they'll fight against healthcare, they'll fight against food programs, they'll fight against housing, not because they don't need it, but because they told the wrong people would get it first. And while everybody's fighting over crumbs, the rich are eating at the table. Y'all know that, right? See, that's the trick. They built racism so the rich literally never have to lift a finger. We do it for them. And now you got people screaming, "Make America great again," while hospitals close and groceries cost double. And kids can't afford college. You think any of that is by accident? Racism is the perfect distraction. It keeps people too divided to notice who's cashing the checks. They'll have you blaming immigrants for stealing jobs, while corporations send those same jobs overseas for profit. They'll have you mad at the single mom using food stamps, instead of the congressman giving billionaires tax breaks. That's the real con. Racism pays the bills for the people in charge. So yeah, literally everything is rooted in racism. And I talk about it not because I'm obsessed with the past like some of y'all choose to think, but because the past is still paying rent in the present. They built this country on a hierarchy that never got torn down. It just got Wi-Fi and better PR. Racism doesn't just hurt black people. It keeps this whole country sick, broke, and divided. As long as they make us fight each other, they never have to change a thing. So no, I'm not making it about race. I'm reminding you who made everything else about it first. Wake the fuck up.
The reason your job don't let you leave the premises while you're still clocked in has nothing to do with your safety. That is related to slavery. It dates back to black codes. During a time when black people were required to have a job, and on said job, they were required to live on that plantation. And if they left that plantation at all, they could be arrested or fined. Most likely fined. And that fine would lead to them being forced to stay on that plantation for life and also their future generations. Everything is dated back to slavery. Almost everything. And if it doesn't date back to slavery, it's definitely rooted in racism. Something as simple as renting a car. That's related to predatory lending. You can't even rent a car if you don't have a credit card. In order to have a credit card, you have to have a credit limit, a high credit limit, because you have to have a $500 deposit. They don't loan that type of money to black people. Statistically. Everything. I know, right? Even he agreed. So no, you're not tripping. You're not tripping. It is racist. That system, that thing, that business, that practice, that everything. Everything. Challenge it. Even though we have to live with it for now, we can still challenge it.
So, this is what I've been thinking. This life is really a game. You can be an optimist, you can be a pessimist, you can be financially literate, you can be financially illiterate. You can choose the way to work the system. But it's for sure a system. Dating, the game. Money, the game. Business, the game. I just went to this seminar today and was talking about insurance, life insurance to be specific. And they were just talking about how back during the Great Depression and things like that, white people were getting life insurance. So then fast forward to now, they've paid out these policies. Their families have gotten the money, and now they're sitting pretty. Versus, African Americans and so have you, just now kind of reaching that cliff of understanding financial literacy and how to make your money work for you, and knowing tax codes, and knowing how to and move the money around, and all these different things. And I was just like, damn, what happened to just being a good person? And I know being a good person can really get you far, but you really have to play this game if you want to create generational wealth. If you want to live easy, it don't really have nothing to do with perceived morality or what you've been taught morality is, because it's so funny that those same people beating down the drum about what is moral, what is high grounds to doing things, they've been moving like this the whole time. So do as you please. No, I'm not saying go out there and unalive people. No, but live the life to where you are winning the game, because you either gonna play or be played. But regardless, once you're in this existence, you've signed the token to play the game.
In America, you have a lot of racism. Yeah, racism is still an issue in the US. Too much racism in the US. I mean, any amount is too much, so yeah. I feel very sad for the US and all the people who aren't white in America. Yeah? Yes, it's not like this over here. Over where? In France, but generally just in Europe. We don't really have racism like that. Yeah, even in Australia, we don't have a racism issue. But also, maybe Americans are a little bit obsessed with race. I've noticed Americans talk a lot about racism, like, all the time. I think it's good to shed light on that, because for a long time we couldn't have these discussions. Yes, but I mean, it is 2025. Slavery was a long time ago. And France, it's been a very long time since France had any colonies, so I mean, it's been a very long time. You're still in African countries, extracting resources. Yes, but in France, we don't have racism.
Yo guys, welcome back and thank you for watching the video. So people keep asking question, why does every conversation in America seems to come back to race? But the truth is, a lot of what we see and what is happening in this country does come down to racism. From who gets belief, who gets protected, and who gets the opportunity. The pattern repeats across schools, hospital, workplace, housing, and everywhere. The question now is, it's not about blaming individual, it's about recognizing the system that treats people differently based on their skin color. And the reason people are talking about it is because everyone is seriously tired about it, tired of double standard being ignored. I really thank you for watching the video, and like I said before, if you are seeing this video for the first time, please do well to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Tell us what you think about this particular topic in the comment section. Like and share the video to help the channel out. You're welcome.